Howdy YouTube, Esnix here with a little video update for you for the Ezarcher project. I just released and uploaded a new set of ISOs for Ezarcher. They are up available right now on SourceForge and will be within the next several hours on archive.org. I've yet to do that upload, but look for that if that is your preferred source for downloading. But right now, SourceForge is the only updated download site for Ezarcher. Now, these are dated 2607-1, first release of July of 26. So that is how the numbering system works. I'm leaving the older ISOs up briefly as well, just in case anyone reveals any testing or I discover any problems with the ISOs. But my initial testing is all run very smoothly. They all install and boot and update just fine, as is Arch's way. As soon as I built my ISOs and uploaded them, a new kernel came in and various other packages, so you will have some updates to do as soon as you install this ISO, even today. But that is the way of Arch. It's always moving, always updating. So we deal with it. That's just the way it is. So if we look at the SourceForge project for Ezarcher, we see an ISO 2607-1 folder. In that folder, you have all of the 7 desktop ISOs from Cosmic to LXQT to Mate, GNOME, Cinnamon, KDE, and XFCE. The MD5 sums are all in this text file. However, if you just open the view details, you will get the MD5 and the SHA1 checksums for each ISO. There's also a folder with all of the package lists for each of the ISO in case you wish to look at the package versions and a complete list of all packages included in each ISO. The main reason, besides just a general update of the ISOs for this release, is to introduce a new safety precaution. The recent malware insertions into the AUR over the past month and a half have prompted me to look into a possible mitigating thing to do, and that is to prevent the installation of certain packages that the recent malware, has used as helper applications to pass on infections of malware. Now, let's get into that. We'll take a look at a running instance of the new ISO. This is KDE desktop, of course. We can make it a little bigger here, give it a full screen, and hopefully that'll be easier to see. So if we go into the home folder, in the Ezarcher folder, there are some updated files. In the documentation file, the docs folder, there is a new file called IgnorePkgs.txt. So let's take a look at that. We'll make it bigger here. And I'll read, just in case the text is a little small on the screen. In an attempt to help prevent certain malware from being unwittingly installed via AUR packages, I have listed a few specific packages in the IgnorePkg section of the pacman.conf file used in the construction of Ezarcher. Now, this is also passed on to the installed system as well. The packages listed to ignore are yarn, bun, pnpm, npm, nodejs, node-gyp, and nvm. Now I give a little description, basically a copy and paste description from some searching and the descriptions in the Arch repository for these packages. And you can read these at your leisure. I'm not going to read through this entire text file. Needless to say, each of these packages does have valid uses, and they are not suspect in and of themselves. However, they have been linked to malware recently inserted into the AUR as helper applications to install malware. Now, most of these are types of external extra package management utilities, and they will fetch packages outside of the pacman or AUR. Now, the AUR malware insertions, from my limited understanding, have focused on using some of these helper applications to grab during the installation of an AUR, a build of an AUR package, stealthily building and inserting malware using tools like npm or nodejs or nvm. Bun and yarn I haven't heard of specifically, but they were mentioned along with these packages as possible vectors for malware spreading. I do want to remind you that these do have valid uses, and should you need to install and use these packages, simply go to the pacman.conf file and either comment out the entire ignore package line or remove the individual package or packages you do have a valid use for. So this is in no way meant to hinder the use of Ezarcher for those who actually use these programs. It is an extra step, but I'm hoping that by ignoring these packages by default, it may help prevent the unknowing spread of different malware that's out there in the world. So take it as just yet some more information to store and process and appreciate when you run Arch Linux, Ezarcher. Also, I had a thought in mind and it just escaped me, and that happens the older I get. So we can close that window. As I said, this is a install of Ezarcher KDE ISO 2607-1 inside VirtualBox. This is where I do most of my testing. I do install on my computer behind me. Maybe it's that direction or that direction. Don't know which side of the camera it's going to be on. But you can see another computer in the background. That is my test machine where I do physical installs. So all of my testing is a combination of VirtualBox and hardware. Now my hardware is older, so I don't never experience problems with drivers or compatibility. But being Arch, even with the LTS kernel, it's a relatively recent kernel. So hopefully your experience with Ezarcher will be a smooth one. You can always report any problems back to the discussion points here, the discussion page on SourceForge. I also provide a Discord server where we can discuss issues as well. Now, the links in my video should point to invites to my Discord server. I rarely ever mention it, and it doesn't get a whole lot of use. I do check it a few times a week just to make sure there's nothing lingering in there that I need to give some attention to. So I do post updates like when new ISOs are released, so on and so forth. So if this is an option that you wish to take, please hit me up in Discord. My username is Esnix, same as with my channel. And there you go, folks. Hopefully this little video will prove useful. And if you enjoy using Ezarcher, please do continue to do so. There's no need to reinstall Ezarcher if you already have it installed. As I said, the only real benefit is the ignore package list, which you can copy and paste into your own pacman.conf file. On an updated Ezarcher, you're getting the same as the new ISOs. So I hope this video finds you well. Happy 4th of July, a little belated at this point for those of you who celebrate U.S. Independence Day, and you'll see me in another video. So bye-bye, folks.